I don't know what I wanted to expect from the film or when I played Abdul. It was an amazing star cast and never done before. He's basically fighting for the rights of the blacksmith and the artisans that are working. Nafrat ki jis chingari ko tumne phuk mari, ab us aag se shehar ko jala dunga. I still feel like a newcomer. I feel like I'm debuting every 2 years or 3 years. Hi, this is Kunal Khemu and you're watching Bollywood Hungama. Do subscribe and hit the bell icon.
We have this hugely talented Kunal Khemu. Each time that I meet him, I just tell him that I'm a huge admirer of his work. And recently, Kalank released. Everyone had only good things to say about one actor, and that was Kunal Khemu. Pleasure having you back.
Thank you, Faridoon.
All right, so you were the, I think, least publicized aspect of Kalank, and you went away with the most number of accolades as well.
Let's say I was the best kept secret of
Best
Kalank.
kept secret. So how was the feeling that anyone and everyone is praising you?
It's amazing, Faridoon. I think every actor kind of does what he does because, unlike theatre, when you're on stage and you'll hear Wawa or Tali or hooting right there, in films, this is the only way you can hear it. Thankfully, thanks to social media now, you can read about it. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's awful. But anyways, like, people can reach out and you can find out what people are saying about a film or an actor. There are different avenues of finding out. Earlier, it would just be critics. You'd go to critic sites and or reviews of films. But now, thanks to Instagram, Twitter, and the other places, you will see. I mean, you might not see everything, but you will see the general feedback that people have to say, the chit chat that is happening, and it's been so amazing with Kalank, and it's actually been overwhelming because I don't know what I wanted to expect from the film or when I played Abdul. I just did it because it was a huge film to be a part of. It was an amazing star cast. I would love to be on that same star cast list as them. And it was also a chance for me to do something which I'd never done before as an actor. It was a genre shift for me also because I've been doing comedies for such a long time. And I'd never actually done a negative part. And all those things, and obviously it was a Dharma film, and I give full credit to Karan to even envision Abdul as Kunal Khemu playing him, because he was clear. He said, this is what I want you to do. And he called me and he said, listen, there's this film that I'm making, there's this part, I think you'll be great. And I was like, wow, like, he sees me do that. And it's an important part. I mean, it may not be publicized or people might not know, but when you see the film, he's a very integral part of that film. And for him to kind of think of somebody who had the image of being a comedy actor for the last few years and say, no, I want this guy to kind of play that in an important film for him. I was like, okay, great, and I would just have to now deliver. And I think Abhishek, when he told me about the part, and he gave me a gist of the film when he told me about the part, I immediately knew that I wanted to do it because I saw meat enough there for me to kind of be happy playing that and trying to do justice with it. And I did it to the best of my capabilities. And like I said, it's very rewarding when the kind of feedback that I've got for Kalank comes an actor's way.
You're getting the best of compliments and everyone is praising you, be it the critics and general public. It's a hugely mounted film, and then the movie does not do well the way you guys must have anticipated. So how do you deal with that situation?
It's a bittersweet thing, yeah. I mean, whereas in one side you're so happy about the kind of feedback that you're getting, but the film's getting such a mixed reaction. But I think we've learned better it's not the first time I've done this. I've been doing this for a very long time and I've seen that. And at the end of the day, you have to make peace with the fact that we're making this for the people. At the end of the day, they're going to judge it. Whether they like it or don't like it, it's going to be completely up to them. And that's why you have to make sure that you do your job to the best of your capabilities and do it honestly. The rest, you have to leave it up to them. So having said that, it still kind of pinches a little bit because it would have been a great feeling if it was unanimously loved and celebrated, and then you're also a part of that which is kind of celebrated and loved. Then it just adds to the whole experience of being happy. So like I said, it's bittersweet, but I'm very happy that my part and whatever it had to do in the film stood out, and people loved me for that.
I think your character is very, very interesting, and it's basically a battle between being reasonable and being unreasonable, and you stand for the unreasonable, and it's a very emotive personality.
Yeah.
and it need not have any time frame. It need that maybe it is based in this era. It can be relevant even today.
Yeah.
We can still find people today as well who are maybe just dividing people based on religion, to serve their own purposes, whatever purposes they may be. In that context, it becomes a larger than life figure in many ways as well. So when you are asked to just approach a character like that, which you are saying a negative character, but it believes in it. There are people who must be believing in that character as well. It's a complex character. It's not the regular character. It's not the regular negative guy.
Actually, is Abdul's journey is I don't know if kind of it came through. Is he actually starts a very small. His problem is with the industries coming. He's basically fighting for the rights of the blacksmith and the artisans that are working. It's Zafar who, for his own vendetta and because he's his best friend, brainwashes him into believing, saying that, hey, listen, these guys are fighting on the basis of caste. We should also fight on the basis of caste. So the germ of the whole religious battle is sowed in his head by Zafar, and that's why that scene when he tells him that, you know, for your own personal vendetta, you've been using me. And now that line which I really love is when he says, "Nafrat ki jis chingari ko tumne phuk mari, ab us aag se shahar ko jala dunga." So it's basically that's the betrayal for him. So it's also a betrayal of a friend that kind of becomes a personal vendetta, and that's why I think he does what he does in the end. It's because he just can't take it anymore. So it's interesting and it's so different because, like, even when we were discussing about Abdul actually is not a guy who ever imagined that this is what would happen. He started a small talking point. He said, let's go to the press, put an article and said this article is not good. From there, because so much happens and there is such a big betrayal, it becomes a mixture of all of that, and then it becomes like he marches these 1,000 ex people to kind of, you know, lay the slaughter on them. So it was a complex character, it was an interesting character, and that's what made it so much more appealing for me as an actor to say that, what can I do with it? And also it was nice to kind of wear that kajal and like do a different look and play Abdul. I really enjoyed playing Abdul actually.
How do you deal with this situation that after maybe every few maybe months or years, it is said that Kunal Khemu is back and Kunal Khemu is back. The fact is, Kunal Khemu has been there since.
I said that recently in an interview. I said I still feel like a newcomer. I feel like I'm debuting every 2 years or 3 years.
Right.
But I mean, I think it's good because I'm at least getting relevant every now and then, as opposed to getting stale and old and being forgotten. So yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying this journey. I mean, there are ups and downs, but you kind of sit on the roller coaster and hold on and see where it goes. Hi, this is Kunal Khemu and you're watching Bollywood Hungama. Do subscribe and hit the bell icon.